Actually, I'll ask you this: that by the end of the year, that 1 year removed from the debut, so to speak, of the League of Nations, from when they initially joined forces, do you think it is at all possible that we see 3/4 of that group, Del Rio, Sheamus, and Barrett, who was already gone? Do you think that we could see 3/4 of that group gone from the company if Sheamus and Del Rio are just kind of fed up with their current spot and they end up leaving?
Del Rio, I can see him possibly leaving because I read somewhere that apparently Del Rio has set in his contract that he can leave if he's not happy, which is how the fuck do you get that kind of deal in your contract? I'm gonna quit because I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Where's that? Do I get that in any other future contract I may end up signing?
Yeah.
But Del Rio, I could probably see him gone within the next few months or so. Paige, I hear, is dealing with some nerve damage and whatnot, and how this could possibly be the end of her in-ring run, just because it's kind of tough to come back from nerve damage, but I could definitely see him leaving just to be with her, and really he's not doing much right now. I think the last time I saw him, I think he got thrown out of a battle royal. That was the last thing I sort of recall from him. Sheamus is kind of hard to tell. I want to say Sheamus is pretty well liked by Vince and management. So I could see him just being hey, if you guys don't give me something good, I'm leaving, and they could just say oh no, here's the U.S. title, here's a shot at the world title, or sorry, the Universal Championship.
Universal Championship, yeah.
It is not a world championship. It has to do with the whole damn galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. The Galaxy Championship, essentially, is what it is, yeah.
I could see them doing that, and if they don't have anything for him, I could see Sheamus as the kind of guy that would just be okay, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, I'm going. Rusev, I don't think Rusev's going anywhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he's doing just fine. Yeah, and Lana's on the TV show. Yeah. She's on Total Divas and stuff, so they're doing just fine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, we know where Barrett is.
Exactly. He might be even doing better off now that he was in the company. I feel like it got to a point where I really wanted to see him as world champion, and I hate to say it, but I lost faith 2-3 years ago when they stopped doing jack shit with him. And he talked about in that same interview. He was yeah, they really should have turned me babyface when I was Bad News Barrett, which is saying the sky is blue, because everyone knew that when he was hot as Bad News Barrett, and they didn't turn him, and they just had him job out every single week, which is basically the same thing that Del Rio and Sheamus are doing. I couldn't tell you the last time they won a fucking match that was meaningful, so I don't know. And even when Sheamus was world champion, it's not as you said, as he kind of alluded to in that interview, he was I was at the top of the world. And yes, he was world champion, albeit for a month. And in that month, it was one of the worst times in recent Raw history just because they had him lose to Roman Reigns every single week. It was awful, and it's not even entirely his fault. I like Sheamus, and I was a much bigger fan of him about a year ago when they turned him heel and it looked like they might finally do something with him. But it's the 50-50 booking with this guy that just makes people don't care anymore. When he beats Orton, then he loses to him, and he beats Roman, and then he loses to him. No one gives a shit about the guy anymore, and it sucks because they wasted a perfectly good talent. He's the kind of guy that would really benefit from the current brand split if he meant something. Same thing with Del Rio. The guy could have been a world champion by now, again, or anyway. But no one gives a shit about him, so it sucks. But yeah, I think Del Rio might be likelier just because, like you said, they kind of like Sheamus backstage, apparently. I don't know. I've never worked there, but it seems like from what we've heard and whatever, it seems like Sheamus is well liked. And then with Del Rio, like you said, there's enough issues as it is with Paige and that whole shit, and she's injured and he's pissed off, and he's only coming around for the money. It's not like he came back because he loves the company. He came back with a fucking paycheck because he was making more here than he was in Lucha. So that didn't surprise me at all. But I guess we'll have to see by the end of the year.